There are no conversations out there you can have about potentially the greatest comedy TV show of all time without The Office being a part of that conversation. You'll get some others in there. Obviously, Seinfeld is one of the ones that are up there. I would throw Parks and Rec in there as well, going back to the days of Cheers and whatever. But The Office is always in that conversation. And for 10 years since that show went off air, there's been a lot of people that have been wanting to see them do a reunion. Hell, they even had a bunch of the cast on Saturday Night Live, and they made jokes about, what about a reunion and all that kind of stuff. Well, we may not be getting the reunion, but we could be getting the next best thing. Reports and stories have gone around for a while that the creators of The Office are looking at doing a follow-up series that takes place in the same world as The Office, but, with a different company and new characters. And now it is official. The Hollywood Reporter have reported the following: The Office follow-up gets Peacock series order. The new comedy series is set in the same universe as the beloved Steve Carell show, but it will be set at a dying Midwestern newspaper. This is what they wrote. You got Donald Gleason there. I was very excited he was going to be in that. Donald Gleason and Sabrina Impasciatori will lead an ensemble cast in the new take on The Office, which has landed at Peacock. The Office follow-up series has officially found a home. Peacock on Wednesday announced a formal series order for the untitled series that will be set in the same universes as NBC's former Emmy-winning Steve Carell comedy. Now, it goes on in the story to point out and mention that this is being created and showrun by the guy who created and showran the Steve Carell version of the show. Also, Ricky Gervais, who created the original UK version of the show, is also on as a producer in this. I don't watch White Lotus, so I don't really know much about Sabrina Impasciatori, but Donald Gleason is awesome. Donald Gleason is completely awesome, and I'm excited about it. Now, by them saying that this takes place in the same universe as the Dunder Mifflin thing, that keeps the door open, and I would say likelihood that from time to time we are going to get Office alum floating in and floating out. Hell, we might even get a series regular, like a Phyllis or, one of those characters. I don't think Creed will be there. God, I love Creed. But Creed's
on the run.
The paper company I worked at shut down years ago, and now I moved out west, and now I work here. Maybe she becomes one of the back. What's also interesting is the fact that The Office, even back when it was out, was revolved around a dying industry, the paper industry. Mm-hmm. And now they found a new dying industry, actual physical newspapers dying. So listen, I'll tell you what, as long as it's got the same guys who did the last series, I'm going to go into this with a lot of hope. Anyway, Rob, you heard about this. You never got to see The Office except for the first few episodes that we did for our Never Did Happen podcast on The Office.
Yeah, you de-virginized me when it came to The Office. I'd never seen it. You showed it to me for the very first time. The Office Virgin was going to be a show. Look, obviously, it is a great show, and it was apparent. I know the first 6 episodes, it gets even better. But I have to say, I love the milieu of this. I think that beyond the humor that I can see happening, the loss of our venerable newspapers and journalism itself, I think is a real issue of our time. Mm. And I think that first of all, the comedy is ripe here. The fodder for comedy, I'm sure, is endless. But it also has it can have an undercurrent, just like The Office did, to really make a statement about what's it like to be alive, working in these workaday jobs that,
that everybody related with.
Everybody.
Like everybody who watched those shows could totally relate with it.
100%. And this idea excites me. And I give them all the credit in the world for coming up with this milieu. And I'm excited, actually. I want to watch this show. Now, simply because of what it's about.
I know Ray is a big Office fan. So I've never asked you this. Do you have any interest in this?
I told you guys that every day when I go home, I turn on Comedy Central.
Yep.
And there's like the Office reruns. I'll watch through all of them, except one episode. But this one sounds interesting. It's about a newspaper, so I can kind of get it, because I think we are doing away with paper. Paper in general. But I do still see newspapers like at the gas station or the grocery store. So this could still, like, they could. I like the idea of this, and for the fact of it being the same universe, I have a feeling we will see a lot of the alumni. Other than Steve Carell, I think he's not easy to get to come
No,
back.
he's not easy to get.
No,
But
I
know,
think-
Just because
Ricky-
the way his ended too.
But he
His
must be a
arc ended.
producer on this, wouldn't he?
No, he's not.
No.
But
He's not.
but I guarantee you though, if Ricky Gervais is a producer on it, if Ricky
Yeah.
Gervais
He-
asked him to come in and do a cameo, he probably would.
Yeah.
But at the same time, when I watched The Office, I didn't know any of the cast at all. So, and then I grew to love them. I'm hoping this is the same thing because Dom Hall
Donald.
Gleason,
Donald.
Donald
Yeah.
Gleason. I'm still not familiar
So-
a lot with his work,
Yeah.
and the other lady. I'm not familiar with her work. I hope they give me the charm and the funny where I get attached.
Well,
to these
Donald
characters.
will. I mean, I haven't seen White Lotus, but I can tell you, Donald Gleason
Yeah,
will.
a lot of people know
100%.
him from either Harry Potter or from
Star
Star
Wars.
Wars, obviously. But he
Ex Machina.
Ex Machina. But he is hilarious, and he's got that dry wit too.
What was that? He was in like a time travel movie too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which I love.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's really good. It's really-
Something. It's like must pack or must bring.
Can't remember.
Yeah, like it's like In Time or in Time.
I'll look it up, but
Yeah.
he's
Now-
really,
That movie. Elizabeth showed me that movie. I'd never seen it. It's a wonderful film.
is.
about time.
About Time.
About
That's what it's
time.
called,
That
yeah.
sounds right to me.
Now, do
yeah,
we
yeah.
have any idea of who they're playing? Do we think there's going to be a hierarchy here?
Oh,
like maybe
probably.
Donald's going to be the boss,
Maybe.
or I can even see this actress being the boss.
Oh
too.
yeah, or neither of them. They could.
Or yeah, both
They
of them
could kind of be
competing.
a Pam and Jim
or
situation.
like a
so-
competing reporters or whatever writers.
Yeah, but
editors.
I got a feeling it'll revolve around. I have a feeling it'll be Donald Gleason. I don't know why. I'm just going to throw that out there and guess that.
Well, they are the first names to be dropped, so I would assume that they're.
They'll be the,
leads.
but they'll be the main characters.
yeah,
But the boss may not be the main character.
that's
might be
true because
second
I'm the
rate.
main character on this show.
Well,
but you're the
yes.
boss, so I can understand that.
Guys, we want to thank a sponsor of today's video, BetterHelp. Listen, we all carry around different stressors, big and small. When we keep them bottled up, it can start to affect us negatively. Therapy is a safe space to get things off your chest and to figure out how to work through whatever is weighing on you. I've said for a long time, it's time for us to start prioritizing mental health as much as we prioritize physical health. You know, we encourage each other when we go to the gym to take care of ourselves physically. Well, it's time we start encouraging each other to take care of ourselves mentally as well. So if you're thinking about taking that step and prioritizing your mental health, give BetterHelp a try. It's entirely online, designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. All you have to do is fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist and switch therapists anytime for no additional charge. So get it off your chest with BetterHelp. Visit betterhelp.com/Campea today and get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/Campea. All right, guys, question is for you. What do you think about this? It is now full official. NBC Peacock has ordered it direct to series to start shooting in a couple of months. A brand new in the universe of The Office kind of thing. How many cameos will we see? Whatever. How are you feeling about it? Whatever you think, jump down to the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget, we have a daily podcast called the John Campea Show podcast, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting app of choice. Go and subscribe to it today so it'll be there when you need it.